Alright, welcome to Questing Time, friends, and this is part 3 of episode 1 of the Questing Time live streams. If you're looking for parts 1 and 2 of this first episode, you can find the links in the description below. Let's recap. We're coming off the back of a huge technical glitch that killed the stream when we did this live. But structurally, the players have just arrived at the town of Ravensholm, found it barricaded, and have had a fight with some zombies in a cornfield, which, if memory serves, has gone pretty badly. There was more nuance. They had a fun riddle-based encounter with some goblins. They don't know it yet, but they got robbed. And I won't lie, there's more zombie stuff coming up. So, enjoy. That's that. Let's crack on. If you're enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe. I have to say that, it's YouTube. Yeah, this is part 3. Enjoy. Oh, I should have said let's roll. I forgot. Hi everyone, we're back after a technical fault and literally all of us using the toilet. Welcome back to the show. I hope you liked the thing I made in Adobe After Effects. It took me hours and it should have taken about 10 minutes. Richard is drinking human piss and it's time to return once more to a combat. We left, you guys are out, so I'm just going to recap. You guys are outside of the town of Ravensholm. The wall town of Ravensholm is barricaded. You've all run off into the corn except for Richard. And Briony has set fire to some of the corn, has been attacked by a zombie. And Briony, it is your turn. It is combat. Come back into initiative. Briony, what would you like to do? You're being actively attacked by a zombie.
Yeah, I'm going to use a big spell. I want to use Thunder Wave. Because also the rippling effect will look very cool in corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Can we watch
And
this
so
in slow
stealthy.
motion, please?
Yeah.
You absolutely can. So, Briony, I'm going to treat that like you've spent your entire movement stepping back safely from the zombie,
Yes.
so it doesn't get an attack of opportunity.
Mhm.
And then you cast Thunder Wave, which I believe requires the zombie to make a saving throw.
Yeah.
Bear with me a second. Can you see what
It
the
says
saving throw is?
13.
Con save 13. Cool.
Attack save con 13.
You're right. Constitution is this guy's strong point. Let's see how we go. Not today, it isn't. In which case, he takes full damage and is blown 10 feet back into the corn. What is your... It's 2d8. Please roll 2d8 damage.
Eight.
8. Great.
8. Great.
You should do bingo, Paul.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just so it's
I
at the end
legally-
of there.
I legally can't.
11.
I
hate my
Four.
life.
Okay.
That's a number.
That zombie is blown off of his feet and lands on its back in the corn further away from the lighting. Next up, it is Rufus. You have just seen this happen.
Lovely.
You've seen the zombie land on its back. You have advantage to attack it because it's prone.
Okay.
Assuming you want to attack it, maybe you're into hanging out.
I do want to attack it. So if I've got advantage, I get to roll 2 dice and pick the best.
Take the
between-
best one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 6 and a 3. So.
And did you use the D20?
What are you adding to that?
What is it? My
It's your great sword.
Should be +5 at least.
the great sword is
Plus
On your
5.
+5. That's weird. I've got it in my equipment, but I haven't got what it gives me. Why am I...
It won't be. It'll be in the actions session of the
Yeah, it
character
is,
sheet.
yeah,
It's the
it'll
D20.
say +5.
So 5 plus 6, so 11.
11. You've hit. It's a zombie. Roll your damage, please.
Which is 2d6 plus 3.
Yes. And remember, you can re-roll any
1s and 2s.
1s or 2s.
I did get a 1. Oh yeah, baby. So
What'd you get?
2d6 plus 3 is 14.
14?
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus. Okay, now, that in theory would kill this zombie, but zombies have a thing where they get to make a constitution save to just not die. So, 14. I've got to beat 19 on a constitution save or die. I have not beaten 19. You mash this zombie into the corn like so much fertilizer.
Can I can I
And just pestle and mortar style, grind it.
can I suggest that I do one of those like alley oops?
Well, that went slow motion.
Basically.
Finally.
I'm going to say yes, But to be clear, I didn't hear any of the words you said.
Look cool though. Look cool.
Yeah. What was your vote? Go.
Straight up and through.
We.
It was like
You knocked its
angry
head right off.
croquet.
Just
Its head comes off and spirals away into the corn. I knocked the boom shield off.
Trade with your mic there.
Yes. Well. And as a result, that zombie is down. Meanwhile, biting Richard is a different zombie. Matt.
Yes.
What would you like to do? It is your
I would
turn.
like to use disguise self to blend in with the zombies,
Jesus.
and then stick close to Briony like a whisperer from The Walking Dead. And then if any get near to her, I'll take them out. But in the meantime, they'll just think I'm one of their own.
Okay,
Yeah.
you disguise yourself to appear like a zombie.
Are you going to tell me
Rich.
this plan?
No, he
I'll
hasn't told
whisper to you.
anyone. Rich, the zombie attacking you attacks you again. This time,
Great.
what's your armor class?
It's 18 with armor. Have I got armor on? I've got armor on.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone says it.
you
Everyone
have
says
got
I've got armor on.
It's 18.
Yeah, we
cool.
put
This
armor on.
zombie swings its arm back and goes to smack you with it, but all that happens is it breaks its arm off at the wrist and scrapes these
Nice.
exposed bits of bone across your armor, which is horrible. Genuinely unpleasant, and you feel nauseous at the sight. It is now your turn. There's a zombie in front of you attacking you, and a zombie in the field about to attack Briony.
Okay. In a way, I feel... Well, I throw up because that's disgusting.
Cool. You throw up
Can
into the zombie's mouth.
Put the zombie in the bag. Put the zombie in the
Can I-
bag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll just open the zombie... open the bag over where the zombie is lunging so that he just lunges like forward into a bottomless bag.
Okay.
Well, an airtight
make-
bag.
Yeah, make a
An amazing check.
make a dexterity. Make a dexterity
It's a
roll.
natural 20. Okay.
Really? No.
That's 11.
Class.
But it's like 20 if you add more numbers to it.
To 30, and I'm going to make a dex save to combat that. This guy's a 2. Yeah. Okay. Sure. You net the zombie into the bag of holding.
Great move, Rich.
Great.
Great move.
Exactly.
Congratulations.
And I will save him for the goblin later.
Sure. Lovely stuff. At which point you have run out of things to attack, even though Matt is disguised as a zombie and hasn't discussed that with anybody. So we drop out of initiative.
Quick, kill that zombie!
What would you like to do?
No, guys, it's me. I got a plan.
Rufus, you charge towards the zombie. Matt,
Yeah.
make a persuasion roll to not get attacked.
Persuasion. So 7 plus. Let me just find it. It's a 10.
Honk! Do the honk. He'll know it's you.
10. Rufus.
Oh, God.
No, he's rolled it already. Rufus, I would like you to make a whim saving throw to clock that it's not behaving like a zombie, but instead behaving like a 3-foot tall halfling.
D20?
or and just a wisdom saving throw, which for
And
you
you've
is
got
+2.
wisdom on your top
Oh,
left.
guys, some very bad things have just happened.
Oh, no.
It's a natural 1!
It's a
In which case,
natural 1.
congratulations, you've hit Matt. Roll your damage for Matt.
That's 2d6, isn't it?
2d6 +3.
+3. Okay.
Oh
And
dear.
hang on, I can re-roll 1s and 2s, but I don't have to re-roll 1s and 2s.
You don't have to.
Okay.
It's really up to you, mate. I wouldn't blame you.
Oh! Okay, it's a 1 and a 4.
So
Reroll
that's
the
5.
+3. 8.
8. Matt, how many hit points do you have?
I have 8.
Not anymore.
I know.
As you are slammed in the chin by a greatsword, causing a massive gash across your face. and you fall down unconscious to the floor. The spell dissipates. You no longer look like a zombie. You look once again like fill in blanks, and you start making death saves until somebody heals you.
Oh,
So if you could roll a d20 for me. Rufus, the zombie just turned into your mate.
16.
What?
16, that's one good one. The way it works is you make one of these every couple of seconds. 3 good ones you stabilise, 3 bad ones you die. Sorry, Richard, go on.
Okay.
Can I wade into the corn and cure wounds him?
18.
You can. You can.
yeah, but don't use the potions in the bag because there's a zombie in there.
Oh yeah, I can't open that bag.
We've got 2 healing
Did you just
potions
roll-
in there, but also now a zombie.
Can I, at this
did you
point
just-
as well, just gargled words to Ruff?
You're unconscious.
I was going to say I forgive you.
Oh.
To be fair, it was not his fault.
That's why I
you
forgive him,
you-
but he'll never know. He might have to carry this guilt round now.
Yeah.
It's on top of everything else that I've got going on. This is honestly, I've seen some shit, man, and that's just not what I needed. I sink to my knees next to his barely moving corpse, and in the middle of the corn, with the rain pouring down, I look up at the moon and I just scream, "Why?"
Out of nowhere, Adagio for strings begins to play.
That's me on the loop.
Yes. The camera contra-zooms out from your mouth. Richard, are you barreling in to heal this guy?
Well, yeah, because let's not just let him die. Let's actually do something about it. Yeah. I'm going to cure wounds that dude.
Superb. Would you be so kind as to, Richard, would you roll 1d8 plus 3?
What's that in pebbles and darts?
It's 1 pebble on a dartboard.
5.
5?
Yeah.
Matt, you now have 5 hit points.
Yeah.
Look back. You also have a massive scar up your face.
Guys, tell me, does it look cool? Does it look cool?
Maybe if you added a zip.
Okay.
Like if you did like a little zip top and then some zip line tattoo, and then look pretty cool.
Okay, I'll do it. As soon as we get in this village, I will go to the tattoo parlor.
That's a priority. We're going to use the rope now and go in. Did you manage to
Okay, so how are you...
How did you get on with those boards, Rich?
Yeah, did you manage to open the gate and all?
Oh yeah, no, I think I just looked at it.
And then got bitten.
And then then everything was sort of out of my hands.
Okay.
And
that.
Should we look at it again?
Yeah, I think if we throw the rope up there and then climb up and over.
Okay, cool.
Was it you, Briony, that had the best acrobatics?
Yeah. That's why I was so good at flanking Corn.
Can I I give her the old
cornfield on fire?
Can she run at me and I give her the old boost up to be able to clamber? Can we do that?
Yeah.
So
yeah, you certainly can. I should point out the cornfield is now smouldering quite healthily and is beginning to go on fire despite the rain.
Yeah, cool.
Briony, you can make an acrobatics.
It makes us look cooler.
Yeah. Ooh, acrobatics. I got 22.
Cool. Where do you want to land? Describe what this looks like to me. Yeah,
okay, so I'm going to run towards Ruff, jump onto his hands, triple loop, kind of do a little tip of my hat as I get to the top, over the gate, down the other side.
No, just stay on the top. Stay on top of the wall. You don't know what's the other side.
I'll go down the other side to open the door because I assume it opens.
Just have a look before you drop down.
Barricaded on this side.
If only there were a well-known phrase about looking before you leapt.
Regardless.
Don't throw glass stones.
All right, so I then land on the top of the gate.
No. That's not 100% not what you said.
No.
You said you were landing on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
Right. What happens is you land and almost lose your balance because of the blood, but in actuality manage to keep upright because you rolled really well. You drop into over the wall into a side street, and you're immediately struck by the buzzing of flies and the reek of decay. 3 dismembered corpses are scattered around the street where you've landed, and the floors are still slick with blood despite all the rain. But other than the flies buzzing, the soft roar of the rain, and the quiet crackling of popcorn being made en masse outside.
These are confusing smells to have together.
The town is silent. Can you make a perception check for me, please, Briony?
9 plus 8.
8. Cool. Oh, everything seems normal here. Nothing's ever weird now.
I'm going to open the gate.
The gate that's barricaded on the outside?
Yeah, but it opens in.
No. How would that even work?
I don't know. It's just really stupid people barricading at the other side. I lift it up and I pull the doors in.
There's just one chair holding it up on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Briony, what you do is you walk to the gate and realise that, no, it opens outwards and it's barricaded very heavily on the outside, as previously referred to 6 times.
Can I just...
Hang on for a second.
Okay.
Because what you can see from the gate is a main road leading from the gate into the town square, where you can see the town square is open. There's bodies everywhere. There's a lot of blood stains, even despite the rain. In the middle of the town square is quite like a 40-foot tall statue carved of white stone of what looks like an elegant woman with her arms raised in prayer, but the statue has no face, like it's sheared off, like the Sphinx's nose.
Okay.
And in front of the statue is a massive sinkhole.
Right. Guys, can I just pretend I've described it to them through the gate?
And I 100% want you to describe to them what you think I just said.
There's a lot of blood and flies. There's a sinkhole, and there's a large woman made of stone without a face in the middle of the courtyard. She's kind of a big marble person. It's not nice. It's not nice in here. I'm regretting the choice. I should have looked. I see it now. And you know what? This does not open inwards.
Are any shops open? Are any shops open?
I can't see a tattoo parlor. I know what you're thinking, but I cannot see one.
I look at the others, having heard this description, and I fix them with a steely glare, and I say, I'm 200 years old. My people lived through far worse. I don't know what's going on that side of the wall. I think I'm fine to keep walking around and hanging out with people and shaking hands like it's no big deal at all. And anybody younger than me who says I shouldn't be doing that is a fucking idiot.
Rufus, you can have the satire inspiration. You get a theoretical lemon to hold on to. You can trade that in before you roll to get advantage on something.
Lovely to have a theoretical lemon. More seriously, though, I shout over the wall, can you see down that sinkhole?
Shouting. Great. Sorry, Richard, you were saying something.
Can I try and lift up the barricade, or maybe use a spell on the barricade to try and blast the doors open, basically?
Hang on, we've got a spell that blasts.
What spell would you like to use, or do you just want to attack it?
No, we've got a blasting spell. One of the spells in the bag was a blasting spell.
Oh yeah,
we've got that.
Chromatic orb or lesser restoration.
Now, ordinarily I wouldn't do this, but I would remind you, literally all of you have a shit ton of rope.
Yeah, just throw me the rope. Because I'm the other side.
Yeah.
And then
do that.
send the lightest person over, and then 2 of us hold, then the next lightest.
Wait, hang on a second.
Why wouldn't you tie it? Never mind.
Wait.
On the whole, if something's barricaded from the outside, it's to keep whatever the fuck is inside in. I'm not sure that opening this door is necessarily the
Yeah, so
right
we're not gonna open the door. We're gonna come over. Come over. Who's lightest? Come over the right.
The ropes, yes.
Are we gonna
No,
go
we just
in?
all go. You're there. Come on.
You told me to go get the books.
Is it a bad time to say this might be the only chance we get to try and get into the city, like Robin Hood does in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
Yeah.
By having someone get up
in.
to the wall and then catapult maybe 2 of us in there just for fun.
As luck would have it, he says, looking at the time, as luck would have it, there is a field, there's a trebuchet.
That's what we built during the 18 song.
I personally...
While we're hauling a trebuchet to aim in the right direction, Briony's the other side, piling up corpses to make a sort of
counterweight.
landing.
A soft landing.
A landing mat.
And using who's got the most wisdom?
I got -1.
Oh, that ship has sailed, I think.
Hang on, mine.
I get a +2. I'm on a 14, but I get a +2.
What are you rolling?
I'm rolling based on where she's shouting from, how we set the trebuchet.
Hang on. Hold up. Did the stream go down? Are we back? No, I think we might have. Rob, are we live?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, guys, I done fucked up. Sorry, I downloaded the Bible. Rufus, what did you want to do? That was a lie.
I wanted to say that basically using excellent abilities, that I can hear where Briony's piling up a crash mat full of corpses, and know how hard the trebuchet has to be set in order for the 3 of us to climb on it and fling ourselves onto the mattress of the dead.
Yeah.
That being the case, Rufus, I'm going to ask you 2 questions.
Romero's lesson
One
in
is,
film there.
would you like to use your inspiration to get advantage on this roll before you do it?
Yes, I would.
Would you make... Here's the thing. I'm going to let you make an argument for a skill that you think is appropriate for targeting a trebuchet. I would say there's something to be said for perception.
Yeah.
Also performance.
Charisma, I think.
No, hang on.
Persuasion.
Would we all agree that it's not a million miles away from either drawing a bow or the high jump?
Yeah.
Not even the high jump, the pole vault. It's very similar to the pole vault, isn't it?
Okay, are you saying athletics is the appropriate?
I'm saying athletics is the appropriate skill.
Very well. Would you like to spend your lemon
Yes.
to get advantage on this ridiculous plan?
Yes.
It worked in Robin Hood, Paul.
Good.
Exactly.
In which case, Rufus, make an athletics check.
Okay.
And make it at advantage.
Okay. Does that mean I get to roll 2 and pick the highest?
It does.
Okay, here we go, kids. Good luck, studio. Oh, boom! 22 points.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt, Richard, and Rufus, after a moment of whistling and kind of going, yeah, this should work. You both get them together. What do you mean? And then you are flying at great speed.
Wait, as we do that, we all hold hands like and then we all shout, "Ha!"
Now, meanwhile,
and I do a little sketch of us.
There is now a massive flashing honk in the middle of the screen. Meanwhile, in the town, Briony, would you please make an insight roll to see if you have correctly positioned the cushioning corpses
I'm -1
where they are
on
supposed to go?
insight. Ooh, 18.
No.
Ooh.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
Briony has built a pyramid of dead bodies, which you land in. It's bad.
I put my bedroll on the top. Did they land like this?
No. Do you know? You know at SeaWorld,
No.
They give you ponchos for the front couple of rows.
Oh, no.
You guys land in a bunch of very recently killed corpses, which I won't lie, aren't that comfortable to land in, but you don't take any damage. Briony, you are showered in blood, gore, and bits. The three of you come out stinking and just covered in human, elf, and dwarf blood. You all look like the end of Carrie, right? You're all soaked in blood. But you are now successfully in the town.
Again.
Guys, I've found a sinkhole and a statue while we're doing this. But
right, let's
you can all see the sinkhole ahead of you and the statue.
I'm almost certain that whatever killed all these... Oh, hang on. I'm almost certain that whatever killed all these people climbed out of that fucking hole. Let's go and take a look.
That sounds right. Can
I'm
we
a bit
investigate the
concerned
hole?
looking at that statue that someone's cut a face off a statue that might or might not be a god, and if it is a god, it might be pissed off and have come up from that hole. That's just a theory.
Can we do like a religion check on the statue?
Yeah, can we do?
You can.
I've assumed the statue was responsible.
It's either going to be a local figure or a god.
What did you get, Richard?
Celebrity.
18. Richard, what did you get? 18?
Bowen came to this town in 44.
That's a statue of the woman who first invented the idea of harvesting corn by trebuchet.
Is she any relation to Phillin Blanks?
She is not.
Because she's got no face.
Oh.
No, like Matt's character has a face. So, Richard, you've got an 18 on that roll. You, this figure isn't a deity that is at least active. There's a couple of statues of this person around the continent. No one knows much about them, but they're all identical statues, and they've all had the face sheared off of them. They're just referred to as the faceless queen. There is a crown on top of the statue's head, but the legend of this is lost to the ages. But you know she's not thought of as a deity.
And this isn't a vandalized statue.
No. Well, if it is a vandalized statue, it was vandalized hundreds of years ago in sync with loads of other statues. Or it is made without a face.
Would it be untasteful to vandalize it by painting a smiley face on in blood?
Can we add a happy face?
Yeah.
Well,
some kisses.
So, as you, I'm assuming, loudly honk your way to the town square, opposite, on the other side of the town square, a good 100 feet away from you, as you cheerfully sing your way into this town.
Honk, 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 honk.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a very nice holiday.
Me too.
A door on the other side of the town square opens, and you see a gnome poke his head out of the door. There's not lighting in there. He's lit purely by like what little moonlight is coming through the town, coming through the clouds. And you see him and a couple of other figures in there going, "Look, they're alive! For God's sake, shut up!" He kind of loudly whispers to you and just goes, "God, for the love of God, get them in here!" And two human guards rush out. They're both a bit wounded. They run towards you.
I haven't quite heard what he said, so I very loudly shout back, "What did you say?"
1 second. Cool. As you shout, "What did you say?"
Yeah.
One of the guards stops in her tracks around level with the statue, and gets halfway through this gesture.
Yeah.
And from her left, your right, a grey blur, cannons out of a side street, slams into her and drops her into the sinkhole. And you see an arc of blood spray up. The other guard turns to see this, looks horrified, as from the top of the statue, another grey, emaciated figure, which looks like a human corpse, but thinner, more gaunt and angular than the ones you've seen before, pounces on this guy and starts tearing into him with claws. Would you like to roll initiative, please, having got the guards killed?
Uh-oh. I think they were on our side.
Oh, we're bad at this bit.
11.
11.
14.
8.
That's all right. 8. Okay, and then... Cool.
These things move really quick.
Oh, yes.
Oh wait, Paul, I
They're new.
didn't add 3, so it's 17.
17, great. Lovely. Thank you very much. Yes, these are new. They're from Matt Mercer's book, which I'm just opening. Where is it? The
Quiet Place.
Explorer's Guide to Wildemount, which is really good. I can't recommend it. It's a really good book. I'm only partway through it. I'm really enjoying it. And here we are. So, on initiative 19, 2 things happen. One, the gnome who's looking out of the door, his jaw drops. He looks horrified.
Sorry.
The weird emaciated guy who has just savaged the guard in the courtyard pounces bodily like a massive leap and leaps towards Matt. I'm going to say you were ahead of everybody else because you were the one trying to paint a face on the statue, or at least that was your stated intention. What is your armor class, please?
16.
16. This thing launches at you through the air, claws. Oh, it's got multi-attack. Cool. And I've just lost it. Hang on. Sorry. There it is. It attacks you twice. Its claws land. It lands in front of you and just swipes at you across with its claws, Wolverine style. One of them hits you. The other one, you fall backwards. You take nothing. You take 4 damage.
Oh no!
How many hits have you got?
1.
I am now down to 2.
Great. At which point, the next one is going on initiative 18, and that scurries up from the pit. Who else would you reckon would be at the front of all of you?
I reckon I was going to do the drawing with
You
Matt.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So Briony, what is
Yeah.
your armor class? And again, multi-attack. So I get 2 attacks.
13.
Holy shit! This has gone really badly for you, Briony, because one of these is a critical. Briony, and the other one is also an attack, a hit. Okay, right. Please take, and this is going to sound bad. 17 damage.
Yeah, that's bad. I'm not here now.
You're unconscious. This thing lands on you, knocks you to the floor, and just starts tearing into you like a witch from Left 4 Dead, if anyone remembers that game.
Oh,
Like,
horrible.
there's blood going everywhere. Although, to be fair, it's not clear whether it's your blood or the blood of the people you've bathed in. But you're knocked.
I didn't
to
mean
your
to
feet.
bathe in it. It was kind of splashback.
You
You didn't have a poncho yet.
Matt, it is initiative.
Yes.
It's initiative 17 time, and you're up. What would you like to do?
This is a tricky one, isn't it? I mean, I'd like to not die, but I'm assuming this thing is just. I'm not going to be able to outrun it because it's too quick.
It's
I'm not gonna be
very
able to get to
fast.
safety. I'm going to put this out to the team. I have the chromatic orb. I
I'm
can try and use
unconscious.
the chromatic. Yeah.
Also,
Hey,
I'm
mate,
not going to
would-
let you put this to debate. You're in combat. You've got 5 seconds to choose a course of action.
Okay, I'll
Go.
use the chromatic orb because why not? It's called a
Okay.
chromatic orb.
Who would you like
Yeah,
to
Let's
hit?
do
get crispy.
Do you want to hit your guy? Or the one attacking Briony?
I'm in flight mode. I'm sorry, Briony. I'm gonna
It's all right,
try and
I'm
get myself up
unconscious.
and then help you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so make an attack roll, Matt. And then this spell is written as a level 2 casting, which means you add a little bit of extra damage to it. I'll
Okay,
tell you what
so I
that is
just
if you
got
hit. Before you do,
18?
Okay, to which you're adding 5. That's 23. That is a hit. Chromatic Orb requires you to pick the type of damage you do. So fire, cold, electricity, sonic, psychic, or something else. Radiant.
Ooh, let's go with radiant.
Okay. Lovely stuff. And roll for me.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I have written this down. Jesus Christ, roll 4d8. It's casting as a second level spell.
Let's see, that's my D8.
Sounding
Sorry, I did have
spicy.
them organised. 1, 2, 3. Oh, give me a second, I've got them. Okay, first 2 going. We've got 3 and 2. Oh, sorry, I've just rolled the wrong one on that one as well. So 3, 5.
Yep.
2, and 3 again.
Which is
That is a 13.
13. Lovely stuff. Grand. This thing staggers back. This ball of holy light scorching out of your hand, slamming into this thing's chest, burning it and crackling. Next up, Briony, on initiative 9, would you make a death save for me, which is to roll a d20 and get over 11 or higher?
Whilst you're rolling, Briony, I'd just like to be
Yeah.
able to know that when I had this orb, I said, radiate you later, mater, because it's good thinking.
I'm unconscious. I forgive you.
Briony, what did you get?
14.
14. That's one good one. Rufus, you're up.
Yeah. Now I can dash, can't I?
You absolutely can.
So how far away am I from this gnome?
What did we say? About 100 feet. So like more than 2 moves.
Can I dash and grab Briony and start dragging her towards the gnome as a first move?
You can, but in doing so, this thing would get to have a free attack on you because you'd be entering its area of threat.
Just attack
So
it.
hang on, remind me, how many of these grey Sonics are there?
2.
And we've just absolutely twanged one of them.
Yeah.
So there's another one. Can I get to this other one?
You can get to both of them. They're both quite near you. But the gnome is on the other side
But
of
they're
this.
like super fast.
Yes. You're a dwarf in heavy armor. You are very confident you cannot outrun these things.
Yeah, okay. Well, baby, it's great sword, isn't it? I mean, you know, it's what I do.
Yeah.
Haters gonna hate, dwarves gonna smash.
Shake it off, shake it off.
Yeah.
Make that roll, friend.
Okay, here we go.
Which one are you attacking? The one that's been damaged, or the one that is
No.
still digging around in Briony's
Yeah.
stomach wounds?
Yeah, I'm basically gonna take out the one that's eating Briony.
Thank
And this,
you.
my friends, is about to be a natural 20. So, good news.
Oh,
Get
A
ready.
bold promise.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And I, for one, wait. Before we roll, I want to hear what you're shouting when you wind up.
Okay, I'll re-roll it then. Well, I mean, there's only one thing to shout, right? Oh,
Which is?
motherfucker!
You can have all right. You can have advantage on the roll for a timely honk.
Okay, the first roll was definitely better. Hang on.
Advantage, mate.
Okay.
Take the better one.
Sorry, my children are going to bed.
You're not to shout honk anymore.
Now, you said I had advantage. Does that mean I get to roll 2 and pick the higher score?
Yeah.
You do. You do.
All right. Well, that's the first one, which was an 8. I promised you a 20.
And
Let's
remember
have
to
it.
plus 5.
Bum, 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 bum.
No.
He's done it, everyone. He's
Yeah.
rolled a natural 20. We need a thing for that. Great. Roll your damage, which is 2d6, and we're using the Markhume's brutal criticals rule, where we just double the criticals because it's quicker.
Okay. It's a 4 and a 5.
to which we're adding 3, which is
I'm glad you asked. 12.
doubled to 24, is a phenomenal amount of damage.
Wow.
But you haven't killed it.
But both of them are essentially now in bits, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This one, so you run up to this one, swing, miss it, spin around in midair sideways, and come back in and hit it in the stomach. What I will say you've done with that damage is you've cut off one of its arms, which just goes flailing away, so it's lost an attack. And it turns to you and hisses. This horrible, thick black blood and phlegm spitting out of its throat all over you. And that's kind of what you're wearing anyway. Richard, you're up.
You should hiss back.
Both of the things have been damaged.
I'm quite far away, aren't I?
Yeah, I'm assuming you're with the group.
Yeah.
Thanks for the follow.
Oh, yeah, no, okay. I'm going to use Guiding Ray from where I am and fire it at...
Is he a friend of yours?
Yeah, he's a lovely guy and always knows where he's going.
Right. What would you like to do with Guiding Bolt?
Guiding Bolt, rather, sorry. The joke doesn't work. Fire it at one of the Sonics.
Cool. Which one? The one that has lost an arm or the one that is attacking Matt?
I feel like Ruff has nailed one of them, so I'm going to try and finish off the other one.
Okay. Make an attack roll. You're adding 5 to this.
Okay, I'm going to do what Rufus did as well and say I'm just going to roll a natural 20.
Nice. You do have inspiration if you want to use it.
Yeah, I'll use it. It's 14.
Plus 5.
Plus 5 though, so that's 19.
That's a hit. These things aren't that hard to hit in the grand scheme of things.
They're just very fast until they don't move.
You've hit it with a guiding bolt, which is 46 damage. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, boy. It's that's 13.
13.
13 of your lovely damage pool.
Lovely. You conjure a mote of coherent light in the shape of the warhammer, significant to your god Tyr, which cannons out of your hands, smashes into the chin of this beast, knocking some of its teeth out, spraying Matt with blood. The thing is still standing. It is still standing.
What? What?
And
This guy's Elton John.
is Matt? Do you have inspiration?
No.
You do now. And at which point we go to the back, we go to the top of the initiative round. Oh no, we don't. Sorry, the gnome gets to act. He is also going to cast Guiding Bolt because it's got a really long range, and he's going to target the one that is attacking Matt. That's a hit, and it's 11, 13. Ooh. And so, Matt, what you see is a sort of how do I put it? A sort of magical branch made of light spiraling through the air, smashing through the skull of the one attacking you, showering you in bits of brain and horrible gore and teeth and whatnot. But that one falls down dead. What you do see, however, is the corpse of the guard it killed starting to break, its bones break, and start kind of picking itself back up as it's getting thinner and greyer, and its teeth are elongating.
Oh dear.
God.
So, next up is the one that is currently attacking Briony, which is going to have a go at Rufus. It's only got one arm left, so it's going to hit you once. Rufus, what is your armor class?
Massive. 16.
16, I'm afraid. I have rolled a 16. This hits.
Does it though?
Please take 8 damage. As this thing doesn't even hit you in the armor, it just, with its free hand, stabs you in the face with its nails.
These things are vicious.
Fine.
Vicious.
Yes!
Shit.
Okay. Fine. Okay, well, if you think that's going unpunished, you got another thing coming, you grey fuck.
And then what it also does is it tries to hit you with its other arm, but just sprays you with blood. It doesn't seem to understand what's happened there. Matt, it is your turn. One of these things is still standing, and there's another one that looks like it's getting up.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Also, before I forget, let me just roll. Sorry, I meant to say the gnome on his turn is running into the courtyard to try and help. And the statue starts to shift. It is falling forward slowly. The sinkhole is taking its toll on the statue. It's starting to move forwards. And now I think about it, it will land roughly where Briony is. If it falls. Matt, it is your turn.
Okay. Okay. I am very injured. Don't think I'm going to get anywhere. So I've also got the hand thing, the mage hand. Before that one can animate, I'm going to try and use my mage hand to keep it down and say, "You ain't going nowhere, mate."
You know, mage hand can only exert around 5 pounds worth of pressure. It's not very strong.
Okay.
Can I suggest looking at the? I don't want to tell you how to play a sorcerer. Your spells.
Just
certainly
in them now.
the level one ones.
Okay. What's this one? We have a thing called Prestidigation,
No.
which I definitely read.
That's
Definitely read.
Right.
a level 0, I think.
While this is
isn't it?
happening, Briony, would you have a look at your? Would you make another death save for me, please?
Yes. 7.
How close are you to dying, Bri?
Uh-oh.
I've had one good, one bad.
One bad one.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
So she if she rolls a 1, she could die next turn.
Yeah.
I mean, at the moment, Burning Hands is my favourite.
Oh, it's a good one.
I think it's a great choice.
I'm going to use Burning Hands.
Are you going to use it on the one that is starting to get up, or the one that is currently on top of Briony?
How accurate am I with this? This is the question.
I'm a
You're not.
tiefling.
It's an area effect spell.
I'm going to use it on the one getting out because I trust Ruff to be dealing with the Briony one. You got to work as a team, and sometimes working as a team is trusting your team's doing their job, guys. You know?
Cool. So you walk over and start incinerating the corpse of one of the guards.
Yeah, but I'm also
make
laughing
a-
maniacally and going, "I'm
Oh,
sorry,
no!
we just didn't hear you, mate."
What have you done, Paul?
I rolled a natural 1 on my dexterity save to avoid this. So Matt, roll 3d6 and then we're doubling it.
Okay.
And what's the range? Can the burning hand get both corpses?
No, it's
2,
15 feet.
4,
Hmm.
and 3. 2, 3, and 4. So.
All right, Fibonacci. 9,
They are
18
in a
damage.
perfect spiral.
18
Yeah.
damage. So the thing is now flailing around on the floor, on fire, desperately trying to get up, but it hasn't got the coordination. Briony, you've done your death save. Rufus, it is your turn.
Okay. So, the gnome has run out. Where is the
Yep.
gnome now?
The gnome is approaching the statue.
Okay. Is he going to try and grab Briony and drag her back into the inn?
There's no real way of discerning his intent in that detail. He's helped by casting spells at the undead things, but you can't tell which way he's running. He's running towards you, is what I'll give you.
Okay.
Can he hear you?
Yeah. But I'm going to give you. You've got about 5 seconds worth of time to communicate something.
Okay. I just look at the gnome and shout, "Get the girl!"
Okay.
Okay, so I'm leaving him to deal with that, and I,
Yes.
with another swing of my broadsword, aim at the least injured of the 2 greys. I think I've already
Cool.
cut the arm off one, and then
You
the
have.
other one's on fire.
But the other
So
one's
maybe
being
I should-
burned.
The one
Yeah,
being
I've got
burned,
that one.
I'm going
I've
to let
got
him
that one.
burn, and I'm going to hit the one that I hit before.
attacking
with
you.
One arm. Yeah.
Sure. So make an attack roll.
Don't forget to say something cool.
It's a 9, and
To which you're adding 5. You've hit.
I'm adding 5.
2d6 plus 3.
I get to re-roll 2s, right?
1s and 2s, you get to reroll.
Oh, double 6s.
Are you kidding?
No.
Here's how I'm going to say this plays out. As you shout, "Get the girl!" you look away from this thing long enough that it lunges at you and knocks you, staggers you back. As you're falling backwards, you throw your greatsword up in the air in what looks like you've fallen over, and you land on your back. And as the thing rears up and goes to strike you, you just go... As the greatsword falls right down through the centre of its head, it just staggers around for a moment with the greatsword sticking out the top of its head, blood jetting out, and then just slumps on the ground in front of you. You put your foot on its head, pull the greatsword out, and just whip all the blood off of it.
And what I do is I say, ignore this guy. He's got a splitting headache.
Oh, nice.
Lovely
And
stuff.
then you should do what the kids do in Fortnite and just keep squatting on its body.
At which point, Richard, it is your turn. What would you like to do? One of these things is on fire and on the floor and being held down by Matt. The statue looks like it might fall on Briony any second.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
So the gnome has been instructed to get the girl, but maybe I'll go as a healer. Maybe I go with the gnome, get Briony out of the way, and cure wounds on Briony, save her.
Cool. Are you also dragging Briony out of the way?
Of this flying statue.
I'll assist. I'm not saying that Briony's character is heavy to move. I'll also assist.
That's fine. You run over, grab Briony's character by the arm because the gnome's running at the end of initiative. Drag her.
Drag my heavy, unconscious
I'll let you get a
body.
cure wound.
No, I wasn't saying that. I didn't say that.
Interesting.
And then.
Yes.
What's happened, Paul? I don't like that face.
Nothing yet. Rich, you were saying we're going to do something else?
You're going to cure wounds.
No, I was going to. I'm queuing Briony. I'm saying, hey, welcome back. We almost lost you there.
1d8 plus 2, please, Richard. As you invoke a prayer to Tyr, and hundreds of tiny hammers made of light fix Briony.
Ooh.
I rolled a natural 8.
Great, Briony, you get
Plus-
10 hit points back, or up into your maximum, which is just as well, because as that happens, 3 things happen simultaneously. Matt, you look up and see as you're burning this weird zombie thing, you see the statue just start to go, and you dive out of the way. The gnome looks up at the statue and goes to sort of stumbles, loses his footing, at which point another one, the guard who'd fallen into the pit, who is now fully zombified, reaches up, grabs the gnome by the face and his body and drags him into the pit.
Didn't like it
Scurries
anyway.
away.
Oh, shit.
At which point the statue falls down, smashing into the ground exactly where Briony was laying, hitting the back end of the zombie that Rufus killed, causing all of its bodily fluids to jet out through the massive gaping head wound all over the rough knight. And then there's an eerie silence across the village. You can hear more shuffling and groaning coming from around the outskirts of the village, centering on the town square where you are. Matt, the one you've cooked off is basically completely dead. It's trying to get up, but you just give it a kick. As all the dust settles in the rain, all of you bolt for the house this guy came out of, the gnome who'd left the door open, and secure yourselves inside, closing the door behind you. You look through a little peephole. You can see more zombies milling around in the courtyard, far more than you could hope to fight, but you are safe and secure in this space. Richard, you're a cleric. You can tell this room has been sanctified against undead. And as you turn around in the room...
This room has been sanctified.
As you turn around in the room,
I look at
all
everyone,
of you covered in blood.
I look at everyone. I take a deep breath. I put my back to the door and I slide down the door, like, that feeling of being relaxed.
Nice.
And I just look at everyone and go, gnome, sweet gnome.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Jesus. At which point you look up and see the gnome's wife just looking horrified at you, and the room is covered in. The room has like not a chalkboard, like a corkboard in the back wall, covered in notes with weird descriptions and a drawing of the statue and a bunch of other things and a loose sketch of the zombies you've seen. But
can I just suggest to Rufus to double down on the gnome, sweet gnome, and direct it to her? Like, that's what you're saying to her.
Yeah.
Just to put her at ease.
Yeah. Take the edge off. It's been a hard day for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
At which point, as you insult a probably grieving widow with weird racial puns, we're going to call that a night. That's been questing time. Thank you so much. I've got a little list of thank yous to do, and we've got 3 minutes till it's 10 o'clock. So first off,
I'd love to say the books, guys. Oh.
We might. I think. Well, we'll have to find them next time. Right now, we're trapped.
No.
Who do you think the was?
I thought that was Jan.
Yeah. I will say a big thank you to our guests on the stream. Richard Soames, Briony, Redman, Matt Highton, and Rufus Hound. Thank you all so much for playing. A massive thank you to King Rob. All hail King Rob.
All hail King Rob.
All hail Rob.
I'm
for
writing you a
building
thank you
bespoke
note.
technology by which to make this stream work. Thank you everyone for watching the stream. Thank you all for tuning in and following. I promise you subs will be available once we cross a number of arbitrary thresholds. We will be able to sub to us at some point. We don't have a coherent plan moving forwards for this, other than to do it again. I don't know exactly when. We need to have a chat with the good people at D&D and the good people who are currently on your screen, and also Rob. I'd also like to say thank you to Jess Jewell for being rad, Jason Dewey for making superb gifts, Steve McNeil for founding a group of, the name of which I cannot recall, but there is a group of comedians and streamers and whatnot that Steve McNeil is policing? Wrong word. Steve McNeil is sort of heading up.
Paroling.
And he's paroling, which is a whole bunch of other streamers. Like I said, comedians, actors, musicians who rely on live gigs for income and their careers. All our industries have stopped existing overnight. So if you've enjoyed the stream, please feel free to donate money to us, because we'll use that to pay our rent and to continue to eat food, assuming it is commercially available. I'll just put a link in the chat there if you'd like to donate money. If you've enjoyed the show, please do. Only if you can afford it. Don't spend money you can't afford. If you don't want to spend money on us, then please check out other comedians, other streamers who are all struggling right now for income, and give them anything you can, even if it is just a thank you. Or a, hey, I like your work. It, I imagine, would be appreciated a lot at this time. Also, thank you, Niximus. We have a Patreon. So if you want questing time related D&D content for your games that I've written, our Patreon exists at www.patreon.com/questingtime, and that stuff should drop next week if Adobe InDesign behaves. I'm sure there's other stuff. If you guys have anything you want to plug, you guys got any gigs coming up?
Yep. I've got a 30-night run.
It's at the O2, isn't it?
Yeah. No one's there at the moment.
Near the
Really
O2.
easy to get the slot.
Yeah.
So yeah, but if you've enjoyed this, everyone's Twitter handles are on the screen next to their real names, and if you follow us, we're at Questing Time, which is directly above my head, and there'll be news of the next streams we're doing in the coming weeks, posted there, presumably before anywhere else. Folks, feel free to say things to the audience before we go.
I just want to say to anyone who really loves D&D, sorry for not taking it seriously and for having my guy basically galumph about the place. But I really enjoyed it. It was, I feel like that's really what would happen if there were zombies. You would just shout, "What's going on?" and that might bring more zombies if you were a bit of an idiot. But I've really enjoyed it. I've had a very lovely quest. I look forward to
Well, you're not
more.
done yet.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking forward to seeing where this leads.
At this rate, there are 1 billion adventures left before you get these books.
If anyone watching is good at art, I would love to see artistic renditions of what you saw tonight. I always love that stuff.
100%.
Please do a picture of it. Yeah, and send it on Twitter.
You send it to @questingtime or dm@questingtime.com is our email address.
I'd
What were
like
you
to
saying,
say
Briony?
thank you to everyone for watching in card form. It's also signed by Matt.
Yeah.
Yes,
Just automatically
I've
I've
get my
signed
name
his
on that.
name.
Yeah, get my name on that, please.
Yeah.
And
Rich
I'd just
will be
like to
saying
say,
thank you in about
anyone,
30 seconds. Yeah.
and if anyone knows of any good internet providers they could recommend, please do get in touch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Thanks so much for watching. Remain safe, wash your hands, and try not to go mad as we all lock ourselves in our own homes. Thank you and good night. Okay, that's episode 1 in its entirety. Parts 1, 2, and 3 completed. Checkmate. You go up a level. Well done, the viewer, if that is your real name. Please, if you're enjoying these videos, do like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Twitch. I haven't mentioned that at all in these videos yet, which won't make sense if you haven't watched them chronologically. At twitch.tv/questingtime. That's where the internet has us. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do hand stuff, and I'm trying to make that part of it. I should give a big thank you to our cast, Briony, Redman, Richard Soames, Matt Highton, and Rufus Hound, and a massive thank you to King Rob, who has made the recording of these shows in the first place entirely possible. If you've enjoyed this video, please have a look around the channel at some of our other stuff, and enjoy the future of Questing Time, which will contain many more dungeons, and certainly at least a couple of dragons. Although rarely at the same time. Thanks for watching. Good day.